Hello and welcome to this lecture where we are going to start talking about how values are represented in linear algebra. The first type, the most basic, is called scalars. Scalars are isolated numerical values such as 7.5, 8.25, and so on, the coefficients of the restaurant equations, and also the coefficients of the equations that we presented as examples of linear equations. For example, number 2, number 5, minus 1 divided by 2, and so on. Note that any real number can be a scalar, such as integers, negatives, fractions, roots, and so on. In computation, roots and fractions are represented as decimals. They are called floats. On the other hand, integers are represented as a specific type. Usually, in computer programming, the data type is called integer. Now let's move on to vectors. Broadly speaking, vectors can be thought as a linear collection of ordered scalars. For example, the coefficients of the restaurant equation can be represented as a vector. Vectors can be represented as a row and also as a column. Vectors can also be represented as a point in the Cartesian plane. Here we have the example for the first two variables of the restaurant equation, 7.5 as well as 8.25. Another representation is an arrow. In this case, the origin of the vector is also at the origin of the Cartesian plane. The vector also has orientation and direction as pointing to the top right. This vector has 5 dimensions, but we cannot represent 5 dimensions visually. Eventually, we see a 3-dimensional Cartesian plane, but we need movement or rotation to better understand the relationships between the dimensions, since these graphs are usually presented on a plane, on the screen, or in a sheet of paper. In mathematical notation, vectors are usually represented with a lowercase letter in bold or with an arrow. In computation, vectors are represented by arrays. In Python specifically, vectors are usually implemented through the NumPy library as an instance of ND-array 1D. 1D means 1 dimension. Or in other words, a vector is an array of 1 dimension. Matrices are mathematical objects represented as rectangular tables with a variable number of rows, letter N, and columns, letter M. Each element of the array can be referred by the indices y and j. Y is the location in the row and j is the location in the column. For example, A12 means the first row and the second column. A21 means the second row and the first column. To get the positions, we consider from the left to the right and from the top to the bottom. In some cases, arrays can be representations of collections of vectors, where each row or column is a vector. In linear algebra, matrices have a close relationship with vectors, as will become more evident when we present calculations between these mathematical objects. Machine learning algorithms take advantage of this relationship and how efficient these calculations are in order to solve mathematical problems. In mathematical notation, matrices are usually represented with a capital letter. In computation, matrices are often represented as arrays of arrays. In Python specifically, matrices are also implemented with NumPy through the NdArray class. A matrix is a two-dimensional array. Let's move on to the last concept, which is tensors. They have several definitions depending on the area, such as mathematics, physics, or computation. In algebra, we can talk about tensors as generic mathematical objects to represent matrices, vectors, and scalars. In this table, we can visualize that tensors of rank greater than or equal to 3 are referred as tensors. In Python, we have two situations: in NumPy and in libraries specialized in neural networks, such as TensorFlow and PyTorch. In NumPy, the class that represents tensors is called NdArray, which means n-dimensional array, or NumPy array. Considering the mathematical object, in algebra, we represent a scalar as a tensor with rank 0. In NumPy, it is an array with number of dimensions equals to 0. And in PyTorch or TensorFlow, it is a tensor with number of dimensions equals to 0. Regarding the vector, in algebra, we call that it is a tensor with rank equal to 1. In NumPy, array with one dimension, similar to TensorFlow and PyTorch. Regarding the matrix, in algebra, we call it a tensor with rank 2. In Python NumPy, it is an array with the number of dimensions equals to 2, the same for TensorFlow. And finally, here we have the tensor, which is considered a mathematical object with rank greater or equals to 3, the same in NumPy and TensorFlow and PyTorch. In TensorFlow and PyTorch, tensors are special implementations with optimizations to improve performance and facilitate the calculation of gradients for the backpropagation step of neural networks. The word tensor of TensorFlow library comes from the definition of this special class of arrays called a tensor. In PyTorch, the class is also called tensor. In these cases, the rank or the number of dimensions is not considered. They are all tensors. It will be easier to understand all these definitions in the next lecture, where we are going to start the implementations. See you there!